One autumn night 5 years before, they had been walking down the street when the leaves were falling and they came to a place where there were no trees and the sidewalk was white with moonlight. They stopped here and turned toward each other. Now it was a cool night with that mysterious excitement in it which comes at the two changes of the year. The quiet lights in the house were humming out into the darkness, and there was a stir and bustle among the stars. Out of the corner of his eye, Gatsby saw that the blocks of the sidewalks really formed a ladder and mounted to a secret place above the trees. He could climb to it if he climbed alone. And once there, he could suck on the pap of life, gulp down the incomparable milk of wonder. His heart beat faster as Daisy's white face came up to his own. He knew that when he kissed this girl and forever wed his unutterable visions to her perishable breath, his mind would never romp again like the mind of God. So he waited, listening for a moment longer to the tuning fork that had been struck upon a star, then kissed her. As his lips touched, she blossomed for him like a flower, and the incarnation was complete. What I think is that at the touch of their lips, right when they kiss, Daisy forever changes Gatsby and what he will become. And Daisy becomes what ultimately ruins Gatsby because she can never truly love him, because she's so interested in social status and the charm of Tom and the old money and Gatsby, and he only has this new money, and she doesn't even enjoy the new money so much. So the art is by Amber Elizabeth Lemerle. She created it in 2013, and she's a self-taught emerging artist, and this art is called Love in the Teal Rain. What I think this really symbolizes is that even though there's kind of a light, this is just the way I interpret it, is that, and what I think it really means, especially for the symbolism of the passage, and that even though Daisy enjoys Gatsby's lavish lifestyle, she kind of doesn't really like the idea of new money, and she really only enjoys Tom's old money. And my interpretation of this is kind of that even though Daisy is here in this painting with Gatsby, that eventually she'll just leave him, like she did actually. Even though Gatsby treats her with the utmost respect, quote unquote. Yeah. And I think the blue in the painting especially kind of symbolized how somber that night was for Gatsby, because he was really losing himself and just kind of meshing himself into Daisy so that she wouldn't leave him for anybody else, but eventually she did. Also, in just using one of the descriptive words, just kind of showing how desperate Gatsby was just to be near Daisy, even if it meant throwing the entirety of his life away. He built everything for her. He moved across the lake, break the lake for her, saw that green light. It was everything was meant for her. And I think in this painting especially, with the umbrella, that he was doing everything for her, and she just kind of took that and ran. She just did not care. Now, I think that the dynamic between Gatsby and Daisy is really cool. However, I think the passage is a little overdone, especially with all of the his mind would never romp again like the mind of God. I mean, it's just overwritten. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I think it has really good imagery, especially with the white moonlight and the blocks of the sidewalks forming into that ladder. But it's also odd. At his lips' touch, she blossomed for him. But besides that, I think that this painting just really shows what was going through F. Scott Fitzgerald's mind when he was writing this.